flight cancellation until your flight gets canceled. Maybe you were one of them, because yesterday marked an all-time high for cancellations in a single day. More than 2,500 flights were canceled in our area airports, and there were more than 8,000 delays. That's one day.
And that's just without the weather.
And that, right, exactly.
What's a traveler to do? Are they entitled to refunds? Are airlines required to rebook? And if so, is there a charge? Madison Blancaflor from the Points Guy has answers. Welcome, Madison. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for having me.
I can make a living off of the amount of times that they've offered me money not to fly.
Really?
And I'm like, ugh. And they just keep going up and up and up. It's a whole strategy. It's like it's become like a business at this point. It's very strange.
Yeah. Well, you know, airlines will, because they know people will cancel last minute or there will be no-shows, they'll actually overbook the flight.
Yep.
And so if everyone shows up for their flight, because you know everyone needs a vacation, everybody wants to fly, they'll end up actually offering money for you to not.
Okay, that part. However, this week has been particularly painful with flight cancellations. What is the skinny? What's going on?
So a few different things are going on. Obviously, we've got bad weather in the New York area. Last night, there was actually a system-wide IT outage for American Airlines, which caused a lot of cancellations. And then we've got chronic shortages for, air traffic control and other airport staffing. So all of those things end up
It's a recipe for
major disaster. And I'm married to a meteorologist, so when there's not weather, she's like, it's not weather. They say it's weather.
Right,
it ain't weather.
That's right. He's got the inside. He's got the inside scoop.
So your flight is canceled. What are you entitled to? What can you do?
Yeah, so unfortunately, the new DOT rules that were rolled out during the Biden administration have actually been rolled back, as of 2025. So you're no longer entitled to compensation unless you decide not to take the rebooked flight or you decide not to take any compensation from the airline. So if you end up, booking another flight, and usually the airlines will try to rebook you on the next available flight, unfortunately, you're not entitled to refund. But if you are really delayed, they cancel it, and you're like, I'm not going, I'm staying home. Then that's whenever you can get a full refund for your flight.
Oof. Okay, read the fine print. What if you are bumped from your flight?
Yeah, so if you are involuntarily bumped from your flight, you are entitled to compensation based on how long you're delayed to your next destination.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you are delayed, let's say you get rebooked on a flight because you're, involuntarily bumped, and you are like an hour delayed, you'll get a certain amount of compensation, like 2x the amount of your one-way value of your flight. And if you are more than 2 hours delayed, that actually goes up to 4 times the amount.
Huh.
Yeah.
I still want to get to point B, like lickety-split.
I would just stay home. I'm a man who carries on. I never check a bag ever.
Same.
But if you do, and they lose your bags or the bags are delayed, is the airline on the hook for that?
Yes, so the airline is liable up to a certain amount if you are, if they lose your bag or it's like severely delayed for domestic flights. It's different than for international flights under like the Montreal Convention. It's like a different amount of compensation that you get, but you are able to get the amount of, like if you have to buy things because you're delayed, or the value of what's in your bag if it's lost.
Oof. Okay, what about travel insurance? I always look at that box and I'm like, do I need it? What is it worth it? And if so, what does it cover?
Yeah, so it really depends on kind of what your trip is. There's like a calculus involved to if you really need travel insurance. If you book with the credit card, a lot of times you'll get some basic travel coverage through your credit card. But if you're taking a really big trip, you're going to Europe, a big vacation, you're going to be gone for a while, booking or signing up for cancel for any reason insurance through a third party is actually a really great option.
All right, so someone feels their actual rights were violated and the airline isn't responding. What can you do? What's the move there?
Yeah, so you can file a report via the DOT website. You can just transportation.gov. So you can do that, and they will levy a fine, and kind of help on your behalf. But last-ditch effort, if you have tried to work it out with the airline, or your rental car company, the hotel, and you're just not getting anywhere, dispute the charge with your credit card.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an easy process. I literally did it last week.
I've done it many times.
Yeah, I did it last week, got my money back.
Here.
Yeah, easy.
Madison, wealth of information.
I have a Case Logic I lost in 1996 that I'm still missing.
That and his
all
Palm
my
Pilot.
CDs.
Please come back, because
Thank
sadly
you.
I don't think these issues are going to go away
Right.
anytime soon. For more travel tips, do follow the Points Guy on Instagram. Okay, now that we have our rights as our travelers and we know what they are, we need a breather. Consider a workout the best way to de-stress when you get off the plane and into your hotel room.
Healthy Living is presented by Northwell. Northwell has more top doctors than any health system in America.
Hi.
It's okay. You're gorgeous.
Like the sun already set.
You should be on TV. Whether you have a fitness routine or you just need to unwind from your flight, moving when you travel is more useful than you think.
Celebrity trainer Robert Brace of Brace Life Studio is here to show us how we can keep up with our workouts when we're traveling. Welcome back, Robert. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me back.
Of course.
All right, a lot of people take a vacation from when they go on vacation, they think, I don't have to work out. I just want to chill, but to that you say, no way.
To that I say, look, you can take a vacation from your routine, but you can't take a vacation from your body, right? And look, it's not about doing a perfect workout, it's just about keeping moving so that when you come back, you're refreshed, and that if you're on a fitness program, you don't have to feel like you started all over again.
Right.
And the vacation workout should start pre-flight, you said?
Definitely pre-flight, right? Look, traveling, as you know, can be like an athletic event, right? And so that causes tension in the body. And so even before you get to the airport, you want to do some movements that prepare your body for sitting on a plane for a long time. So before you leave the house, I like to do this one because it's the last big stretch you can do before you get on the plane, right? So do a little squat with me. And then little squat, and then reach all the way up. Relish the stretch because it is the last one you're going to do for a very long time. Activate those glutes, activate those thighs, activate those cores. Bend a little high, please. A little higher, a little higher. Thank you very much.
The overhead compartment.
Okay, so then you're in a rush. You get onto the, into your car because I'm assuming you're not driving with this one.
Of course.
And you're going to put your hands. It's all about spine mobility here, right? So hands on the thighs, and then you're going to round your spine, cat and cow in the car on the way up. Release that stress. Couple more. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then real special one. Hand on the opposite thigh, and you're going to twist that spine all the way around.
Are we doing this on the plane right now?
Right now, you're in the car.
We're in the car.
We're in the car.
We're in the car.
Are we driving?
You're not driving.
You are not driving.
Right. And other side, one hand here, and twist. Okay. So that gets you leaving the house, gets you in the car, and now we're on to the next part of the journey.
The airport.
The airport, exactly. So, look, we know that we weren't designed to sit for long periods of time without moving, right? And so here's a few things that are going to help you activate your muscles, keep the circulation going, stop you from being tight. So, you get your airplane seat, right? Nobody needs to know this. First thing you're going to do, ankle raises, keep the circulation going, keep it moving, and then you're going to do some circles as well, right?
I think of
Very simple. Now, your muscles have gone to sleep, right?
Yes.
You want your thighs and glutes to be activated, so you're just going to squeeze your glutes. Nobody needs to know. Feel that little lift there?
Oh, I do. Oh, yeah.
Squeeze. Oh,
there you go. Lift.
Exactly.
I was doing
And then you're going to squeeze your thighs as well.
Oh, yeah.
Good, 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 right? All activated, right? Again, no one needs to know. And then get up in the aisle. Okay.
in the aisle.
You're in the aisle, and people look at you strange, but it's fine.
Good.
Okay.
We love that.
They're going to be tight. You're going to be loose and ready for your trip. You're going to just do a regular roll.
In the aisle of the airplane.
In the aisle.
Are we flying currently?
You are flying, and so therefore you're going to work your balance as well at the same time.
Now, just go to the
Sometimes if
bathroom.
I'm waiting for the bathroom,
If you're in the bathroom, that's a great space as well.
Yeah, I do it in the bathroom.
I'm
very limber.
That's very,
You must
very
be, because
impressive.
those toilets are teeny
So it's
tiny.
all about releasing the hips and then just really small. Oh, okay. You guys are
I
doing
needed
this.
to do the second side, otherwise it's a problem.
We love this. We love this. All right, now it's about sideways motion in the hips. You want to keep the hips open so your lower back doesn't hurt. Side to side. That's right. You can put your hands where you want them, jazz hands, whatever it is you need to do, but keep those open. All right. So that's your flight. You ready?
We're at the hotel now. What?
You're at the hotel. You get to the hotel gym. You don't have a hotel gym because it's under construction. Right?
Oh, darn it.
So,
of course,
your hotel room is your gym. Your body is your equipment, right? And here's the thing. This is your favorite. This is my favorite tool. Exercise bands. You can use these ones, or you can use the circle ones as well.
And they're easy to pack, like they go with anything.
Available anywhere.
Easy to pack, super light, right? So we're going to do a quick full body workout, right?
With this?
With this.
Yeah.
Watch. Put your feet on. Put your feet on it.
Yep.
And this is a resistance.
Resistance band, so you can do biceps.
This is awesome.
Real quick, we brought our suitcases. What should we do with them?
Okay, with your suitcases, remember, you can use these as a weight.
snap.
Dumbbell rows.
Oh, snap.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
You can do this in the airport, too.
Do that in the airport. Get
Yeah.
your back working.
Put a child in there.
Right, come on, Marisol. Oh, look at that form. Unbelievable.
Yes.
And then last thing here, just hold it. Give me some squats.
Now listen, you
some
don't know
squats.
how much stuff I've
I'm
had.
doing this.
Squats.
Thank you, Robert, very much. We appreciate it. For more
Anytime.
information on how you can get fit, follow Brace Life Studios on Instagram.
Oh my goodness, I'm sweating.
Do it again. She gets the. Oh, wow, yours is full.
Always.
Mine's completely empty.
That's why my back hurts, carrying the weight of you on this show on my back. He's a stand-up comedian. She's the co-star he never expected would be.
Eric Newman and his mom, Paula, join us for laughs and stories behind. Call your